And now from here we're actually going to shift forward a little bit, and we're actually going to start on our backs. We've not really started on our backs before, so let's start on our back. Now bring your knees out and the bottoms of your feet together, and then they come out in a butterfly. So let your legs just sit naturally. So bring your feet together and just allow yourself to close down your eyes. As always, taking a breath in and then just relaxing. Perhaps feeling your shoulder blades come apart a little bit and getting a bit heavier as we take our gaze to the tip of our nose and beyond. Merely using this opportunity to just ground in and arrive at our practice. We don't need to shape our breath too much at the moment. We're just noticing the quality of that breath and how it feels a little bit different to when we might be sitting up, lying down. Being in the reclined position today might feel a little bit weird, having the legs open up, but we're just using gravity to allow our hips and the insides of our legs to open up that little bit more. Perhaps you might want to place one hand on your belly and then one up towards your heart, and just feel how your breath goes in and the rise and fall of the chest, and perhaps even the rise and fall of your belly. While you're still observing what might need some TLC today, let's talk about gratitude and abundance. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about acknowledging what's already here. In the military, or as a first responder, or in life, we can get so focused on the next task, the next goal, or whatever it is that we forget to take stock of what we've already built. Abundance isn't about what's missing. It's about recognizing what's already within you. Today's practice isn't about striving, forcing or chasing. It's about moving from a place of enoughness. So as we move, breathe and hold space, I challenge you, shift your focus. Instead of what's lacking, notice what's already there. And let's move with gratitude, with presence, and with strength in knowing you already have what you need. Shaping the breath a little bit more now. Let's take one long inhale. Imagining the air is coming up, filling up from our belly, through our upper chest, to the top of the clavicles and the top of our traps, and then release the breath. And right at the bottom of the breath, maybe squeeze your belly in to squeeze out the last bit of air, and then let your belly go before taking the next breath in, all the way to the top, and then letting go. And then a squeeze at the bottom, let the belly go, and then start with the air. That's it. Hold at the top, and then down. Excuse me, I should have put my phone on silent. Couple more rounds of this. Excellent. And then down. Excellent. Cool. So now what I invite you to do, yes, is you can use your hands to bring your legs up, or you can bring them up under control. You could keep the eyes sort of gently closed. And what I'll come around and I'll bring your strap just close by to your hands. But what I want you to do from here is just give your knees a hug. Lift your knees up. We could keep our chest down at the moment. And what I want you to do is start making circles in a clockwise direction, nice and small, small first. Little directions, massaging our sacrum or our lower back. Perhaps they go from small to big, and then big to small before you finish, and then change direction in your own time, starting to connect your breath to the movements. You'll know what it is with your breath because you've already got what you need. Noticing where in that lower back, in your lower back, it's getting some extra TLC. And then finishing that round, we come to a little bit of stillness for the moment. And then maybe what we might do is just pulse a little bit and just feel our pelvis. That's it. Just feeling the lengthening of our lower tailbone. As we could feel that as we pull it in. Perhaps then you might want to just dip your chin slightly and then maybe just rock gently forwards and backwards as we start to incorporate a little bit more of the back. We don't need to go the whole way. We're just starting to feel that rocking. Excellent work. All right, let's come to stillness now. Okay, from here, what I want you to do is place one foot down, left foot down on the ground. Excellent. And with your strap, what I want you to do is get the strap and then place it on your leg that's bent up. Excellent. Yes, Lindsay, you've got that there. So we'll just start with your leg down, just meeting in that bottom position. And what we're going to be doing today as well is also getting a feel for a position what's on the ground may be the same as when we're standing up and balancing. So having the ground support us will give us a bit of a sense that we're actually also going in. So from here, your left foot's going to extend out. Place that, yes, exactly. Now your left foot's extend straight out, pull your toes back. Excellent work. Now we're going to prep to lift. So get your strap and then just put your hands, lengthen it out. From here, we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale as we keep a micro bend in our leg that's lifting up, and then just pull it up and climb the rope, pulling our toes back. You might feel that there's a bit of a stretching sensation in the lower leg, and then we're going to stop here with our leg up, facing towards our, pulling our toes towards us. And instead of reaching up, keep your shoulders on the ground. Yes. Okay, this is going to be our lying sort of half legs up the wall, but it's also kind of like balancing on our warrior 3 type stance. So pulling the toes back from both feet, getting your breath in, so it's still breathing. So if I haven't given a breathing cue, don't forget to breathe. Right, we might actually, while I am talking here, is just engaging your ujjayi or ocean breath, which is that slight constriction in the back of the throat as we breathe out, in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Okay, from here, using your right hand, we're going to inhale. And then exhale, let's drop our foot now. Slowly as we open up whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe the other hand comes out as support in a T. And just have it open, yes. What I want you to do now with our leg open is just maybe try and point and flex your foot and see what the difference is there. And maybe inhale on the point and then pull it out, yes. All right, just maybe feeling which muscles that you've got are the ones engaging and disengaging as we point our toe and flex our foot. Amazing work here. All right, from here now, we're going to inhale, our leg back up, and then switch hands with the strap. Take your other arm out in a T, and we're just going to do a supine twist. So inhale, and then exhale as we then bring our foot across, being sure to try and keep your shoulders on both shoulders on the ground, so the other foot doesn't need to hit. And then what I want you to do is just see where we are now, pointing and flexing the foot. Yes, that's it. All right, just see where the difference is at the moment. This is the sensation as well that you might get when we're going to be we'll have a go in our balancing practices of lifting the leg up and looking over the shoulder. So maybe perhaps here now, inhale, we look over our right shoulder, if you're not doing so already. And this will be our open balancing twist once we're standing. Right, inhaling, legs up. And then what I want you to do now is bend your knee and then pull it up next to you, switching your hands again, and then having the strap on the inside of the leg. So bend your knee up. So strap on the inside of your leg, so your right hand's holding it. Lindsay on the other side of your leg, man. So bring the strap on the inside. Yes, so our legs, and then the hands coming in. So your knees facing out a little bit. Right hand inside leg. Inside leg. No, come on the no, bring your hand on the other side of your knee. Your arm. Bring it in across to the left, and then touch, and then grab the, yes. Yes, there we go. Yes, that's the way. From here, both shoulders on the ground, what we're going to do is holding onto the strap, Lindsay, holding to the strap, not your foot. So hold onto the strap with the hand, we're going to kick our foot out. Inhale, yes, there, that's the way. Oh yeah, so it's not tied on, okay. From here, we'll do it one more time, inhale. We're going to open up our leg, looking to the left, feeling for our opening in our hip. Inhale, and then exhale as we bring it up, straight, switching hands, inhale at the top, swap the hand over to come in, and then dip our foot to the left, and then take our gaze to the right. Yes. In our lying, standing position, inhaling up. Now we're just going to bend the knee again, changing the hands around, and then from here, switching feet. So you could lift the other foot up. So we could do that in stages. So what we'll do is we'll meet with our foot up in the air and having it out, pulling our toe back, micro bend in the knee, shoulders down. You could feel for it. This time maybe try and close your eyes and just feel where your leg's going. You know what you're doing with your arms. You've got everything you need right now. Taking the right hand out in a T, just to provide some support. Inhale, and then exhale as we then bring our leg out to as far as what feels comfortable. Yes, to the left. So now you can, sorry, my incorrect instruction, with your right leg, let's straighten that out too. There we go. Pull your toes back. Yes. Both feet. Now maybe let's practice and then feel what muscles are tensioning and releasing when we point our toes. Don't forget to breathe. Every bit of movement is accompanied with or led by the breath. Coming to some stillness here now. Maybe we might want to try and open the leg up a little bit before inhaling our leg up and bringing it straight, switching hands, and then our left hand now comes to the ground in support. Inhale, and then exhaling as we bring the leg over, both shoulders are down, and then perhaps you might want to look over your left shoulder to where your hand is on the floor, and then just explore what it feels like to point and flex the foot here. See what muscles are stretching, all the while making sure that your toes on the bottom leg are flexing back. So we're keeping our legs active here, okay? Because that's what we're doing when we're balancing. Inhaling, leg comes up to the top. All right, now we're bending the foot again. Left hand now is switching to the strap. It's going to be on the inside of the leg. So our left hand is on the inside of our leg. Other side there, Lindsay. Bring it on the inside. Your hand. Yes. There we go. Bringing our foot up and the knee is just slightly out. Inhaling. And then exhaling, kicking the foot out while holding the strap in. This will become more apparent when we actually do our standing practice in a moment. Inhaling. And then exhaling as we take the leg out to the left, feeling for that hip ball in our hip socket. Perhaps that nice stretch as our arm is fully at its length, and then maybe pulling and flexing the foot. All the while we're feeling that our shoulders are back on the ground, because this is that upright position that we're talking about when our pelvis is tilted, right? So you might feel that your whole back is on the ground as opposed to being an arch in the back. Inhaling, and then taking the leg up, switching hands now, and then taking straight across to the other side, and then looking over our left shoulder, or your left shoulder, for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhaling, legs up, and then we could take our strap off. Beautiful. All right. So what I want to do from here is just quickly shake the legs out for a moment. And we're going to rehearse one more move as well, which is from our lying position, what it kind of feels like when I say flat back and flat legs. So let's go for our legs up the wall first, inhaling. And then exhaling, lift your right leg, pulling it up, toes back towards you. And then the next leg is going to come next to inhale. And then exhale as we bring our next leg up, legs up the wall. We might feel our tailbone lift slightly, but our hands, let's have our palms down, right? You'll feel that the shoulders are back, maybe tuck your chin in, and you get that sensation that there's a lengthening in the back of the neck. All right? So from here, what I want you to do with your hands now is place them on your knee or on your shins, shoulders back, and we're looking straight up at the roof. All right? This is the position that I want you to feel for when we have our halfway lift. All right? So what we'll do now is just rehearse this for a moment. We're going to place our hands back down on the ground, and then we're going to place our feet back on the ground. It's not going to be exactly like this coming from a forward fold, but it might be a little bit. Actually, let's do it like this. Let's pull up our knees, pull our toes back. So we're in this sort of crouched position. So pull your knees back towards you like you're hugging. All right, from here, what I want you to do now is inhale, and then exhale as we then push our feet up, pull our toes back, and then hands come up. Yes. Pull your toes back, hands, yes, excellent work. That's the way. Feel how your back is flat on the ground, and we're looking straight up at the roof. This is that sort of feeling that I want you to look out for when we're standing in a moment. Inhaling, and then legs down, both feet on the floor. What we'll do now for the moment is just do a quick side stretch. So let's now elongate our legs or lengthen out our legs. Hands are going to come up overhead. And you can do this all with your eyes closed as well at the moment. So what we're going to do is get your right foot, take it up a little, half an inch, and just take it a half a step out. So what we're doing is we're going to meet our left foot to it, lift, and then place that out. So feeling a stretch in the side body. So keeping your tailbone in the same spot, arms up. Yes. Inhaling up. And then exhaling. Then we're reaching our left and right hands over to the left-hand side, and they call that lying banana. So it looks like we're a banana. Right, so I'm going to come up to you guys. See where we're at. Yes. This foot's going to meet this foot here, Lindsay. Yes. Exactly. So you're feeling a stretch right through the side stretch in the side body right there. Beautiful. Yes, excellent, Terry. Feeling that in, right? So inhale, and then exhale as we reach a little bit further with our left foot and right hand. Just out and forward. Yes, exactly. Well, we don't need to force it. It's just probably looking for that side bend, banana side bend. All right, so from here, let's get back to our neutral position, starting with our left-hand side, inhaling. Both arm and the leg, let's bring it straight. And then exhaling, let's walk our right foot. So we're forward and backwards. You know where we're going now? The other side. So with our left, we'll start with the feet first, inhaling with the feet. And then move the left foot out a little bit. Inhale, move the right foot to meet the left foot. That's our bottom leg's already bent and our tailbone's still on the ground. Left hand's going to move, inhale, lift and move, and then right hand's going to meet it, and feeling for that side stretch in your side body where we're imagining it's a C shape or like a banana. Inhale, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Coming out of it now, right side moves first, inhale, and then exhaling as we straighten up. And then inhale, exhaling as we exhale. All right, from here we're going to be rocking and rolling over to our, from the lying position to our hands and knees, our tabletop. So bring your knees in, give yourself a hug, tuck your chin like we're coming into a ball, and we'll start to rock and roll. 3, 2, until you build the momentum. 1 over your knees, perhaps onto your knees, and then come over. There we're going, right. Amazing work. Yeah, but you weren't going to be, you didn't think that you'd be doing that when you started doing yoga, hey? All right, okay, so now we're going to go to the gymnasium and start doing some flips. No, only joking. There's some mats there that are a bit like that. As always, let's start off with our hands, placing some weight down, like we're cupping and trying to stick our palm onto the ground, and then try and hold on with our spidey fingers, just a couple of liftings. Feeling then when our shoulders are over our wrists, shoulder width apart, looking down now towards our knees, and our knees.
The message is a bit jumbled.
What the hell is this? What the hell's, what's
specifically
doing this?
like help with?
I don't need help with that. I don't need help with that. Oh my God, Siri. Like what? Oh, I'm not really happy with this iPhone 16. It's meant to be U-Butte, but it's been a bit of a pain in the ass, really, to be honest with you. Okay, so you can choose to tuck your toes or not. I'm going to tuck my toes just to feel a little bit of that backwards and forwards rocking motion. Just to give it a bit of a stretch at the moment. We're going to do some cat-cows. Inhaling, dipping the belly and looking forward, lifting our tailbone. And then exhaling, pushing the ground away, rounding our back, and then taking our gaze to our knees. Inhaling, exhaling. Do this several more times in your own time and see if we can engage our ujjayi breath, or the ocean breath. Yes, that's it. Inhaling, dipping, and then feeling for that shift in our pelvis. Yes. Beautiful. And then exhaling. Beautiful. Coming to a little bit of stillness now. Let's work these glutes, our glutes. I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself. From here, lifting now our right leg. So it's going to be, yes, pull your toes back. So it's like our knees up. So lift your leg a little bit more, Lindsay. And then bend at the knee, right? Pull your toes back towards you. There we go. From here, we're going to be kicking the roof and pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg. Pull your leg towards us. All right, we're now sort of in a half balance. Now we're bringing our leg around to the side and just tapping our foot down. Tapping it on the ground. And then we're going to bring it back to the other side like we're whipping a tail around. We'll do this 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. 1. All right, windshield wipers. These are our rear wipers in the car. All right, if you've got a wagon. 2. 1 more. Feeling for that movement of your hip bone. All right, the ball in the socket. Down. All right, bringing the leg back. All right, the leg might be burning a bit now. Let's now bring it here. Don't touch the knee to the ground. All right, we're doing now like a dog's going to piss. Fire hydrants. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing it down. Inhaling as we come up to our knees. Inhale, hands up. Turn to the right. And then maybe reach your right hand down towards your ankle. Yes, so maybe locate it, but instead of bending the back, push your hips forward, and then your arm might seem to come down a little bit more, or along your leg, wherever feels comfortable for you. Right, excellent. From here, windmilling our hand back up to the top. Inhale, and then hand back down. Knees wide, toes touch. Yes, excellent work. Let's step our hand forward. And then inhale, and then exhaling, pushing our tailbone back. Almost all the way to our heels, and then perhaps your head might hit the ground, or not. Don't hit to the ground, but just place it forwards on the ground, wide-legged child's pose. Inhale, and then exhaling, And then allowing your belly just to let it go and see how it sits in that crook of where your legs have made that V. Inhaling, air goes to your chest, and then exhaling, letting go. Let go of your belly. Inhale one more time. Let go. Feeling your belly settle down into the chest. Inhale now as we bring our knees in and come back to tabletop. You know where we're going now with the other side for this one. All right, so you can tuck your toes for this. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's kick the leg back, toes towards us. There we go. So we're trying to keep equal weight on our hands, bending the foot. All right, yes, inhaling, pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, beautiful. Now we're straightening it out. Yes, a bit of control. Now taking it out to the left. Feeling that hip socket touching down. How many did we do last time? 3 or 5? 3. No one wanted to say 5. Don't forget to, that's it. Feeling for that, for your lower back. Also just allowing, feeling maybe a bit of a side bend there, right? One more. Bringing that down, leg comes back up, and we're lifting it, hovering it slightly above for our fire hydrants or dog taking a piss, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, we'll do some pigeon at the end to stretch those. You might feel that in your IT band or the side of the leg. Inhaling, coming up. We could untuck the toes if that feels comfortable. Let's just loosen up for a sec. Inhaling. Let's rotate first. Before then, reaching down with our left hand, maybe we might locate our heel. Maybe we locate the back of the leg or even the base of the spine. That also could feel comfortable for you being able to get that sensation. I'm going to come out of it so I could see your form, about giving your lower back the support that it needs, right? If your hand is at the back, perhaps you might feel that that opening of your shoulders. If your hand's stretching out here, perhaps you might be feeling the opening up of your hip flexors that little bit more. Beautiful. All right, inhaling, coming up, coming down now, all fours, legs come wide, toes touch. Let's walk our hands forward now. Couple of steps, inhale. And then we'll all meet in our wide leg and then pushing back. Yes. Yes. There we go. Then our head comes down. For a moment, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling now as we come up to our tabletop. All right, tucking our toes. Perhaps we might walk our hands another hand step forward. We're going to be pushing the ground away in a moment. And then coming up to our first downward dog. So pushing the ground away, taking our gaze to our feet, and then tailbone comes up. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Think belly to thighs. And we're looking for one long line in the back. So from here, I want you to just do some inhales and then exhale. So take the gaze. Do you mind any adjustments? I want to give you, see that feel of it, right? So inhaling and then exhaling. There we go. Just feeling that stretch in the lower back a little bit more there. Yes, that's it, mate. Excellent work. There we go. Inhale and then exhaling. Just let me know if you're not comfortable with hands-on adjustments. I'm practicing this as well now. I'm just feeling that lengthening in the lower back. All right. Okay, pushing the ground away now. Inhaling, Terry. Bend your knees a little bit more, man. All right, then we can push this back. All right, there we go. Keep that tucked. There we go. Push your shoulders. Yes, that's it. Let's feel the difference. Yep. Inhaling, exhaling. And you could always come down when you need. So tap knees down. Tap knees down. Okay, from here now, knees come wide, toes touch. Yes. Hands forward. Inhale. Exhaling. Hands back. Feeling that length in the spine as our tailbone comes back. and then our hands can potentially reach out that little bit further. That's what we're looking for, is that lengthening of the spine like we did when we were lying back on our back. Inhaling, coming back up from this to practice that again. So we're just moving our hands, tucking our toes. Inhale, and then exhaling as we push the ground back. Think belly to thighs, same position, and then pushing the ground away, and then feeling for that lengthening in our lower back as we're in our downward facing dog position. For 3, inhale, exhaling. For 2, for 1. From here, a deep bend in our knees, inhale, and then let's walk our feet up, pushing the ground away, and we'll meet in our forward fold. Feet behind our hands, think belly to thighs, shoulders are heavy, and our neck's loose. I'm going to look up just to see. Perhaps then we're in our forward fold, Terry. So forward fold, bend your knees. Yes, that's it, think belly to thighs. Perhaps now from here is you grab your elbows and just let your head hang. Alright, so what I want you to do is just feel that the top part of your body is you're letting gravity do the work, and we're getting a sensation that our tailbone is lengthening nice and gently. We might then want to rock from side to side slightly, and giving our lower tailbone a bit of a stretch. Now our hands are going to come down and meet the mat again as we grow tall. Up to our standing positions now. We'll get there in a moment. Inhaling. And then hand down the center line and back. Alright, so let's now practice what we did on the ground, so you get that different sensation of going from forward fold to our halfway lift. Right. Okay, then we'll get into the standing series as well. Okay, looking at our feet as always. I like to lift my toes up, give them a bit of a stretch. Perhaps maybe even just notice, this is like flexing the foot, pulling the toes back, and then pointing the toes like we did on the ground before, and see if you feel that same sensation of what muscles are activating and releasing as we do this. It's a very simple maneuver, but then you're getting some awareness as to what muscles are contracting and not. Okay, coming to stillness now, shoulders back in our Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhaling, hands come up and to the top, and then we can come down, arms come out, or they could go down the center line, hinging from our hips. Last thing to move is our head, release is our head, tucking our chin, think belly to thighs. This is our forward fold position. All right, from here, maybe with your hands, is bring them around your ankles and just place your hands behind your, like you're sort of grabbing your Achilles, the back of your legs, so your palms are here. And this is what we're going to feel for when we straighten our legs, so your legs are bent. We're going to inhale, we're pushing up against our feet, and then rotating our hands to become the supports as we straighten our back and then straighten our legs. So inhale, and then exhale now, push the ground away, rotate the hands around for support, and then we're going to lengthen our back and then look at the roof, right? Getting that sensation that we did when we were lying down. All right, so don't bend your neck. So from there I'm going to come to you, say yes. So that sensation of when we were lying down is exactly like that, a little bit more. Yes? Yes. All right, keeping the micro bend. Don't forget to breathe, everyone. There we go. Boom, heads up, looking straight. There we go. And then from here, Lindsay, you can actually put your hands here. More like there. So yeah, yes, that's what we're looking for. There we go. See that difference? That's exactly what we were doing when we were lying down. Inhale now. And then we're going to exhale. Then you can shift your hands around to the back, and just this gives a sensation of our shoulders opening up right on the top, but we're in our forward fold. Inhale again, and then exhale, push the ground away, straighten the legs, then rotate your hands around to the front and rest them as supports. Yes, yes, excellent everyone. Inhale, and then exhale, bend, allow yourself to go down, hands come back around, and we're feeling that sensation that your shoulder blades are opening up here, here, and tuck your chest, yeah, loosen your head, yes, there. So, Right, inhaling again, and then exhaling as we push that around, looking at the floor, head comes up slightly because we're feeling that sensation now. Our backs, yes. Excellent, so that is our halfway lift. Inhale, reduce down, we're going to climb up all the way this time now, lifting up one vertebrae at a time. You can run your hands along your legs, unfurling, shoulders roll back, hands come out. Maybe we pause here for a second and then inhale. Hands come together and down. All right, I want just to rest there for a moment, guys. So just grab a drink if you need. I want to show you something. These are just little intricacies. I'm not going into too many different maneuvers today because I wanted us to focus on these foundations and then starting to feel, okay, this is what it feels like on the ground and this is what it feels like when I'm standing up, engaging the same muscles, right? So, okay, so from here, when we lift our arms, so sometimes, like if you're ever in another lesson and people say, don't get to cramp your ears up, your shoulders to ear, this is what can happen sometimes when we're trying to get into the position. So what we're doing, hey Mark, how you going, bud? Come and join in. That's all right, come in. Come in and join, mate. Yeah, no, you're all right. Don't run away.
No, good.
Oh, mate, this was all focused on the lower back and all the stuff that you missed out on when you did yesterday. You can come in, man. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So from here, when we do our arms, right? So sometimes you can bring them up like this, or we could lift our arms. What I've found before is when you're trying to keep your shoulder blades down, instead of lifting them up like this, I find that rotating and then sort of almost pushing and reaching still keeps the shoulders in the same position. So maybe let's just feel for that now. So if we're going to bring our arms out, don't need to bring them right out, so bring them out and then forward and up and reaching. So we're not reaching for the roof and then pulling them out. So trying to keep them in that lower part. So here, and then our arms are still, our scapula is in that lower position in the shoulder. So just try that one more time. So this is where our scapula is. There we go, and then reach forward and then up. There we go, boom. Right, try again, try Lindsay. From there, forward and then up. Yes, excellent. Let's see with Terry. Try that one more time. Try it a couple more times in your own time. So from side position, yes, forward and then up, yes. Right, so that's feeling a little bit more for that control in where our arms are. Right, sometimes, you know, when we're learning, you don't want to be too nitty-picky with it, but now we've done it a few times, so these are some of the things there we can start concentrating on in your own practice, okay? Excellent, everyone. So from here, our mountain pose, inhaling, and then exhaling as we press the ground away and then reach for the ground, and then relax the shoulders. Mountain pose, active arms, maybe our fingers are outstretched slightly. Inhaling as we loosen off, arms around, then at the top, one last sip. And then exhaling now, hands can come back out, bend in the knees, head's the last thing to go. Feeling here for a moment for our lower back to feel like it's stretching. And then now we can bring our hands to the back of our legs and we get that sensation that our shoulders or shoulder blades are pulling apart to the outside. Inhaling and then exhaling as we then come around, unfurl into our halfway lift. Beautiful, looking straight down at the ground. 2 more times, inhaling. Exhaling down, inhaling. Pushing the ground away with our feet, coming into support, straight back. 1 more time, inhale, and then exhaling. From here, with our support arms, maybe you might want to then take them out and then reach for the back of the room along the side of your leg, so side of your body, right? Flying our halfway lift. Inhale, exhaling, reaching for the front and back. And now we're just going to shrink down again. As we then inhale, coming all the way to stand, and then coming back now to our neutral position, where we are going to go into our balancing poses. All right, so this is what we did earlier. So, Lindsay, I want you to make a loop on the bottom of yours, please. Just make it a little bit easier. Well, yeah, you stretch that out. Yes. Starting with our right leg. So, sorry. Oops, sorry. Oh, that's a pie burp. All right, from here, just having it so that our hand's going to be on the inside. So maybe towards your crutch there, Lindsay. Yes, exactly. You're right. I'd like you're going to go. No. All right, so from here, well, that can't apply to you there. Hopefully we're not getting all offended by PC. Okay, so hand on the inside there, Terry, because what's going to happen, now place your hand a little bit towards the center line. So hold on to your strap. Now come towards the center line here, because what we're doing is now hand on your hip. We're going away from where the strap is, yes, and we're balancing on that foot. So your left foot's the one that's coming to balance. All right, so now we're coming up on our toe a little bit. From here, let's inhale and then lift our leg up. And then maybe we climb down the rope and have our knee towards the inside. Yes. Okay, from here, yes, to pull your toes back. Yes, there we go. You can have it down here if that's more comfortable for your arm. So what you want to do is have this arm hanging, Lindsay. So climb the rope a little bit more. So then your hand's there, yes. Okay, so let's try that again. From here, I'll give the example, is as we lift, you pull the rope up, so then that way your hand's always just here, and it's just going to be keeping a neutral shoulder position. Yes, yeah, that's it. Climb it, yeah, there we go, hands natural, so you're not pulling up with your hand, your hand's just there. Stretch your hand out. There we go, right. From here, maybe then we climb it a little bit more. All right, this is the tricky bit. From here now is just start to kick your leg forward, and then the rope might release, maybe our toes back here. Yes, hands on hip. Inhaling, exhaling. Maybe we might pull it up a little bit higher. Inhaling. Climb that rope so our hands just there, not pulling it back. Inhale. And then exhaling, taking it out like when we were lying down. All right, challenge balance, right? Yes, excellent work, everyone. You can, that's it. Inhale, bring it around, and then down. Oh, okay. Okay, excellent work, everyone. Let's now change to the other side. All right. If I would have brought you to doing this a few weeks back, look at your balancing, guys. It's just amazing. All right, so setting our legs again. Hand comes down the center line. I love the straps and that because it gives you that sense. All right, so from here, this is what we're trying to do is leave this hand so then whenever we adjust that rope, the hand's always there so it doesn't feel like we're trying to pull back. This is just here to support it at its length and our shoulder. What this does is it allows us to keep our shoulders in a neutral position and our chest open. Yes, so from here, inhaling, exhaling as we bring the weight to our open foot. Maybe we bring our knee up a little bit. Now let's start to climb with our hand until you feel your knee feels comfortable. It could be even here, right? It doesn't need to be all the way up. Let's keep it halfway, yes. Now from here, Lindsay, climb the rope so then that way your hand's fully outstretched. Allow your hand to be fully outstretched. Yes, there we go, yes. All right, Terry, nearly there. Right, left hand, left strap. Yes, there we go. Now, hand on hip. Yes, from here, inhale. Exhaling, kick the foot out and then let the rope come out. Yes, it could be down here. That's cool. Inhale. Exhaling as our leg comes out, like we're lying down. All right, so maybe our hand comes out. Inhale. Maybe you might want to look over your shoulder, wherever you are today. All right, inhale. Exhaling, leg comes back around, bend the knee, and then down. Under control, yes. Oh, that is amazing, everyone. Okay, beautiful. Whew. All right, so we'll get to a little bit of yin. So this is the last one of the standing stretches today. You guys have done so well. This is now coming into what we call Warrior 3. We did this last week, didn't we? Yes, we did. Yeah, we did, mate. Okay. Okay, so block is in our right hand. And we're going to use this as the support. So when our wrist is here, I want your palm to be feeling like it's comfortable touching the rope. So from here, inhale. And we're going to exhale now as we bring our hand down to the ground, bend your knees. But what we want to do is, even if it's in front of your foot, that might work a little bit better. Hands on the hips, so our back's straight. Yes, from here. Now, perhaps we might want to take our left hand to the front. This will help counterbalance as we do. Inhale. We're going to exhale now. We're going to kick our right foot back, pulling our toes back. Perhaps then we kick our heel right out. It's like we're doing, yes. So pull your toes back. Lindsay, toes back. No, towards you. There we go. Like you're kicking with the heel to the back of the room. Yes. Now, yes. Excellent, Terry. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your foot down. And then inhale to stand up to the top. Yes. So supported warrior 3. I will do the other side and then we'll work on unsupported warrior 3. So see how all these moves are pretty much nearly all very similar from when we were lying down to when we were standing up. All right. No? Clear as mud? All right. Left hand side now. Working on balance. Inhaling, hand on hip. As we exhale, bending the knees, and then just looking to place the block in front of our left foot. And then making sure that our shoulder is over our hand for support. Inhaling. And then exhaling, putting our right hand out, reaching for the front of the room. Inhale. And then exhale as we put our hand in for support, kicking our left leg back a little bit. And then maybe we might lift the leg up, pulling our toes towards us. That will help you with your balance. Inhale. Exhaling. Looking down at the ground so your neck's not being forced into a cramped position. One more. Inhale. And then bringing the foot down, hand back in before standing back upright. Hands and then down. All right, blocks out of the way. We're doing this now as a balance. Okay, let's see how we go, everyone. So the block can be here. Let's place it in front just in case you need it for some support. All right, from here, what we're going to be doing is, yes, actually maybe we might bend our legs a little bit. Now you could use your hands as support here. Hands might go back like we're flying them. Maybe yes, from here we fly a little bit. Inhaling. We're going to place the weight on our left foot and then take the foot, start walking the foot back without balancing. Kick it back until it feels like your leg and your foot's stretching a little bit. Yes, so we're kind of like in a half runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhaling, shift your weight forward, forward, forward until it gets light enough to it might lift a little bit. Then we might lift our back foot up and pull our toes towards each other. Yes, for 3, for 2, for 1, put the foot down, boom. Warrior 3. All right, so this is about stacking and then shifting the weight so we're cantilevering, as builders use that word, cantilever, is that right? We're putting in and then balancing on the other one. So let's go now for our half chair pose. Inhale. And then exhale as our arms come down and back a little bit. So now we're activating our arms and reaching back for the back of the room. And now inhale. And then exhale as we shift our weight to the right. And then we might walk our left foot back a little bit more until it's in a half runner's lunge. And our weight's coming over. Inhale one more time. As we exhale, lean forward, but take the weight until it's light enough to then pull your toes back. And you might fly your leg. Low's good. All the way parallel's good. Right, for 3, reach to the back, pull your toes back towards you. 2, for 1, and then foot down, raising up. Okay, from here, let's take our feet mat width wide. Come forward a little bit because we're coming down to the ground via squat. Yogi squat or malasana. So from here, let's take our feet wide. All right, a little bit wider. Yes, excellent. And our knees are going to track down over our toes as we come in. So from here, perhaps this might help, is imagining we're pushing the ground away. Hands out. Right, inhaling. And then we're going to lower down, right, holding onto the wall. Perhaps you might stop here. Perhaps you might go all the way down and then our tailbone rounds at the bottom. Yes. All right, so maybe we might lift our toes up. Right, there we go. So there we go. Yes, that's all right, Terry, if you're up here. That's good too. Maybe it might help you bring your hands together in prayer and then support. Yes, that's it, Terry. All right, cool. Excellent. For 3, for 2, for 1, all the way down. Perhaps then you might want to reach or whatever works for you, and we'll come into our seated position. Back down to the ground. Okay, from here, I want you now, we're going to do our reclined pigeon actually, because we did do a fair bit of the stretching on our outside. You can have the block handy if you need. So let's now, as always, doing it yogi style. Perhaps our arms are going to come out and feet flat, inhale, chest up. And then exhaling now, we're going to come back and let our arms slide back. And then we're going to unfurl all the way down to the ground. Feeling your back unfurl. Yes, excellent. From here, right foot's the one that's planting on the ground. We're going to inhale our left foot up and give it a hug. Right. And then we're placing the ankle over our right knee and then pushing our knee, our left knee or left, what am I trying to say, thigh, out gently. Yes. Okay, so bend your knee, Lindsay. Bend that foot. Bend this one up. So flat, foot's flat, yes. This is reclined. You can close your eyes down now if that feels comfortable for you. And we're just feeling for it now. Perhaps you might want to grab your left hand and just pulse it and then just push slightly and then feel your IT band all pointed out. So keep doing that for a moment. Keep breathing. All right, what we're looking for is a stretch there. All right, there's a stretch there. Yeah, feeling that? Feeling that right there? Or sort of towards that area there without me touching your ass. All right, okay, cool. Awesome. From here now, we're going to do a reclined figure 4 twist, which is the left foot, your left foot, the heel of the bent foot, that's in a figure 4 position. So arm out, your right arm out, inhaling. We're just going to drop our foot until perhaps the foot touches the floor. Oh, there's a crack there. Perhaps you might want to get your left hand and then counterbalance by having your shoulder down on the ground. For our, yes. Reclined pigeon, supine twist. Allowing our shoulder, left shoulder to get heavier with each breath. Perhaps you might want to look over your left shoulder for an added challenge to the twist. Preparing now to come back out of it, inhaling. As we then straighten our head, rotate our supine back to that position. Left foot comes down. Just jiggle for a moment and then inhale our right leg up. Give that a hug as we transition to place it onto our thigh and then pushing with our right hand onto the right thigh, figure 4. Perhaps now we're going to pulse slightly. Not going to go for the full one and reaching through today. And this one here is just about feeling that muscle that we've worked, especially in the balance poses as well. You might have felt that, or even you might have felt the calf, but we're not doing that stretch today. Coming to stillness now. Right hand will come out in a T for some support. Inhale. And then we're dropping to the left hand side. Perhaps the foot comes down, perhaps it just comes and hovers over the top, depending on how you feel. And then for an added challenge, inhaling, and then exhaling, looking over to your right, allowing your shoulders to get heavy. For 3, for 2, for 1. Preparing to come out of it, inhaling our leg back up. As our head straightens out, right foot comes down. And from here, I'm going to invite you to do any movements that feel intuitive for you before you can close down your eyes now. All the hard work's done. And then we'll find our way to our final resting pose, Shavasana. I'm going to turn off the light. And then take your gaze internal. Hey, Inglis, you going, mate?
Hey.
How come you're not in?
I've literally just arrived.
Excuses, mate, excuses.
Dawn service.
Yeah, so our dawn service for the main march.
It was a good dive yesterday.
Coming through in 7.
Yep.
Afternoon usually probably the main
As we reflect on our breath and the quality of our breath compared to when we started our practice today, or how our body's feeling as we get heavy with each exhale, I invite you to bring to mind 3 things that you're grateful for. Something from your body, something from your breath, and something from your life. Gratitude is a discipline. It's a choice to focus on what's present rather than what's missing. As you step off the mat today, remember you don't need more, even though we might feel like we do at times. And you don't need to be more, even though we feel like we might need to be at times. You already have everything you need within you. Keeping that mindset, you'll always move from a place of abundance. Let it all soak in, and let your body and your breath fully receive what's already within you. As you come back into your body, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, perhaps rolling your wrist or your head. Take in any stretches overhead. Perhaps a nice, long, big breath, and then an exhale. before pulling your knees in and then rolling onto your preferred side for a couple of waking breaths before meeting us in easy seat, eyes closed, allowing yourself to get heavy. And all meet in the easy seat. Taking one collective breath in and then exhaling it out, allowing our body to get heavy. Hands come together in prayer in between our chest to clarify intent. Thumbs to between the third eye or between our eyes to clarify thought. And then thumbs to lips to clarify speech. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. And very well done for all the stuff that you managed to achieve during the practice, because you are enough. Namaste.